So here we are, we at Jim's place, and this is the 6'4" Impala. I thought it was a 4-door. Looks like the back door handles has been shaved off, but been sitting here for quite a while, so when he get out here we'll get more of the story. Also got a nice 5.0 Mustang. It's been sitting here for a while. I think the motor's blown up in it. It's been sitting in here for some years too. T-top. I think it's gotta be a 80s model. 80s, 87, 88, I believe. But Impala looks to be intact. I think the paint job is fresh. She's in there, so we're gonna have to dig her out. It's got an antique tag, so don't know what year, but it's been sitting. But like I said, I'll get him to tell more of the story. She is clean inside. Looks like it's got a 283 in it. Nice sanitary up on the hood. Got some vintage air, look like. This thing is sweet. I think he restored it some years ago and probably drove a little bit and parked it, but it's got like 20 weed eaters in here. Interior's been done, got bucket seats. It's got 54,000 miles on the dash, but I'm sure the engine's been rebuilt. The chrome on the dash looks good. Custom made door panels. Nice hit liner. Even the back seat looks good. So anyway, we'll get him out here. I kind of snuck up on him. But this Mustang looks good. I think it's got a Cobra motor in it. And I think they were racing and he won. I think his son was racing it actually, and he beat the guy, and I think he spun a bearing in it in the process. I think that's how the story went, but this thing is pretty sweet. So like I say, T-top model. I don't know if it's open. 5-speed, real clean interior for a T-top. So anyway, close that back up. It's got the Cobra wheels on it. Man, just look at the, tell somebody was doing some donutting burning rubber. This thing's got the moon wheels on it, raised white letter, so pretty sweet. So anyway, we're gonna dig this thing out of here and get it up on the trailer, bring the Trans Am in here for the time being, and I'll get it back to my place, and we'll try and get her fired back up. I like the way they shaved the door handles off the back to make it look like a 2-door. So
maybe 4.5 years.
Sitting 4 years, 4.5 years. Yeah, that gas is bad.
I know, I drained most of it, but I guarantee there's still some in there.
What's in the trunk? Nothing. Man, it's clean. Got the battery in the trunk. Oh, that battery's probably still, that's one of them Ultima batteries.
And it's brand. I put it in there 4 years ago.
Yeah. Matching rim in the trunk.
Look at the sticker on the fucking tire. Never been on the ground.
Sweet.
Probably because it's on flat.
Yeah. Let me get in, Kevin.
Alright. I probably can back up to it now. Since it's out a little bit.
Why don't you pull it a little bit more? All right. Come on. There you go.
Is that even? No.
No.
What about that?
Still gonna be at an angle, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem.
I can go back and forth.
I don't think you'll ever get it straight.
The truck.
Huh?
The truck.
Come on. Ho, ho, ho. I think it's still not straight, but I think we can get it from there.
I have plenty of room. I just need to pull up and come back, so.
Okay. Still not straight.
I think we can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to pull forward a little bit. That's going to be on a big angle.
She's locked and loaded. We got our protective blanket to keep it from rubbing, because we got it too close on one side. So now we got to bring the Trans Am and put it in there. So here it is. This is the 63 Chevy Impala. You've probably seen a little sneak peek of it on my post. I think I put it on Instagram, and I think I put it on the RPM Auto Facebook group page. But anyway, as you seen in the beginning of the video too, that we rescued it. from Jim's, and the brakes are completely locked up on the back. I got it jacked up, trying to see which wheels are locked. I think I got it in neutral. So it's not this wheel. It's kind of stiff though. It's got drum brakes on the back. Let's go to the other side. I bet you it's the front, because we had to drag it out of the garage, and I had to push it in here with my side-by-side. So it's definitely not the rear brakes that's locked up. It's going to be the front. But anyway, this thing's got a secret motor in it. It's not a 283. It's actually a 350. I think he said it's been rebuilt. It's got a cam in it. It's got AC. It's got the nice blacked out grill. Once I get it where I can move it, you can see the rest of the car at the front. It's been sitting for 5 years, I believe he said. And we got to drain the tank, put fresh gas in it, get the brakes going on it, and she should be ready to go. So anyway, we know the back brakes are not locked. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to get up front and see which front brake is actually locked, because this thing will not move. It does, but it's real stiff. So I'm gonna let the back down, go to the front, jack it up, and see what we got up there. So I got the front jacked up, and it's actually the passenger side front wheel that's locked. It will not turn at all. The driver's side is free. So I don't know if it's just got surface rust built up inside the drum, or they're just adjusted too tight. But that one right there is free as a bird. So what I'm going to have to do is take that drum off. I got to put new wheel cylinders on it anyway, because he requested we put new wheel cylinders on it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this drum off, and we'll be able to see exactly what's going on in there. That's it up here. So it's got to be that either it's adjusted too tight or surface rust inside of that brake line. That being said, let's go ahead and get this wheel off. I guess I can let the other side down because the problem's not over there, but I guess we'll leave it up for right now. It's kind of tight back up in here. Impact guns on a roll today. This is happy to be used. This is some universal baby moon or dish rims. Man, that's a big drum. That is a big brake drum. Looks like a truck brake drum on the front. So I think I'm gonna have to get that grease cap off. guess it takes a lot of stopping power to stop this big old car, being that it's not a two-door. Almost off. Grease cap. Now we gotta get the Carter pin out. Hopefully that drum comes out there. Go ahead and let this side down. Definitely this side. Right now I just want to get it where I can at least roll it. I mean, I still got to do the wheel cylinders, but I can't push it back or forth because the brakes are locked up, or brake locked up. Maybe this, no, that wasn't that tight. I mean, it is solid. I don't know on these if you can get in there to take the slack off from the back. I don't have a drum puller. She's pretty tight. I don't know on these. Let me look down here. I don't see. I think these adjust through the front of the drum. There's a slot. There's a slot in the drum right here. Sorry about the light. It's kind of tight back up here. It's all shoved up against the wall almost. Try and get great. So we can plug this light up somewhere else. Let's plug over here. All right. Like I said, it's a hole right here in the drum. I think that's how you get to the slack adjuster. Let's see, can we just take a hammer? Maybe we can tap on the back. Bearing. Smack them. That brake is. That brake is holding on pretty good. Matter of fact, I think this drum comes off. Yeah, that's loose in there. So I'm thinking we don't have to pull the whole hub off. I thought maybe it had one of those drums. I think the Fords are like that. The hub is made onto the drum. So we'll tighten that back up. It was trying to pull the whole thing off. I know that. Get a rag. That wheel must have been dragging all along. If it's adjusted up too tight, it's probably been dragging the whole time. Either that or, like I said, it's got moisture built up. I'm pretty sure all this is new. So oh man, the hood closed. I didn't know what that was. She ain't budging, folks. I'm gonna have to find out if I can get in behind this backing plate with a small crowbar. See, can I get that to pry out some? Because it won't even turn, the brakes are so tight. So let me find a small crowbar, try and get in behind there and get this thing off. So I got a crowbar behind the drum. Just gonna put some pressure on it. See, can I get it to ease off of there? There's no brake adjustment on the back. I looked again. So coming. I hope the brake shoes ain't coming with it. The only bite I can get is right there. She's coming. Coming off on an angle. I think we got it. I see some rust. Ah. Yeah, it's got a little surface rust in it. Well, I gotta change the battery in the camera right quick, so let me do that and we'll get a closer look. So I'm just checking it out. I noticed that the brake adjuster is adjusted all the way out. That's probably what was holding the brake on. It's got a little surface rust up here on the brakes. It's just moisture probably. But I think the adjustment really what it was. But we got to change the wheel cylinder, and it's held on by this. This is actually a bolt that's going all the way through the backing plate. So you're gonna have to take the brake shoes off and everything, and the brake line on the backside, and take this bolt out. It's like a bolt that has a slot for the springs. Twist that out, and the slave cylinder should come right out. I don't think I have to take the hub out. I might have enough room to pull it out, or it should be. Well, then again, yeah, it should be, because this is going to come all the way out. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get that off, get the springs off. At least it don't have those big old heavy duty springs like some drum brakes. And first off, we need to see what parts we got before I forget. So we got a new master cylinder. I already matched it up, made sure it was the right one. This is the left front wheel cylinder, left rear wheel cylinder, right rear wheel cylinder, and this is the one that we're going to change on the right front. See, it's got a hole there. That's where that bolt goes all the way through. So we'll go ahead and get set up, get some spring removal tools. Let's get that wheel cylinder on. Alright, so this is I think a 15-16. This is the only thing that's holding the wheel cylinder on. It's got the brake line on the back. It's just that stud bolt. And I'm thinking I can get it off by just twisting. I already loosened the brake line. Just twist it off of the brake line. Let me go get the put the new little washer. For some reason, oh, I had two on there. I wonder why it had two brass washers on there. It came with one. I think we probably need to put it back like it was. It's on there for a reason. That's a deep thread setup. I know I accidentally put two on there. Usually they have one. Really won't make any difference though. There's the wheel cylinder, brand new. These are quite easy to change, other than having those sometimes 7/16 or 3/8 bolts. And then the brake line, actually it's a brake hose, goes in directly into the wheel cylinder. You don't have to worry about those metal brake lines rusting out or stripping, because these brake hoses got a big enough fitting where you can put a wrench on them. So these are quite easy to change. Got to be tight. Wheel cylinder is on. Tighten this brake line up back here. Right. So now we can just put all our springs and everything back on. That's the main thing, putting the springs back on, stretching them back on. This has got to go back on there like that. And then this spring here, I need to go ahead and take some of this slack out of here too. Man, that thing is all the way out. When you put these drums on, you just want the brakes to barely grab. You don't want it to be tight, too tight. Let's see, can I just spin it like that? That'll also make the springs a little easier to go back on. Is that out? Oh, that's out. No wonder. I'm going the wrong way with it. I was wondering why it didn't look like it was doing anything. Going as far as I can. I'm just gonna start over with it. Then I'm gonna clean those shoes up a little bit. This spring here was here and stretched. Oh man, that's gonna suck. I think I better put the other ones on first, because the brakes are going to try to move apart on me. I already see it coming, I think. Is it here? Nope. Usually I have another side taken apart where I can remember where the springs go, but that ain't the case. There we go. I'm gonna have to get down here.
missing. Man, that spring is missing the hook. This is gonna give me some trouble here. I have to do it with some pliers, because I can't hook it. Hold on a second. Oh, we forgot something anyway. Look like I didn't put that on yet. That's got to go back on. Then that. Maybe I should turn the wheel straighter, make it better. See, can we get it with these vice grips? Oh man! Oh, there we go. Woohoo! And somebody's cutting up out there. This side ought to be easy. Make sure your brakes are set back. Alright, now we got this little spring here. Another short. Actually, that's supposed to, see, that's what makes the brake adjuster go off. I don't know if I can. It needs to be like that. I wonder if I can put these vice grips on there. That'll help hold it down while I put the spring on. It's got that little spring up under it that's make it pop back up. Then we'll let it loose. Man, those little springs are a booger. They sure know how to design this, didn't they? Was it better if I put it on this way? Yeah. Don't ask me how I did it. I think that is where it's supposed to be. Supposed to be on that circle there. So we got that back on. Wheel cylinder, I'm gonna take some, like I say, a Scotch Brite, clean those brake shoes up, probably clean the brake drum up, get this back torqued down, and put the drum back on in the wheel, and this side will be good to go. So we'll move on to the other side. So let me go ahead and do that, and get all the other 3 wheels done. Then we'll change out that master cylinder and hopefully should have brakes. Alright, so I got everything cleaned up. We got the drum back on. This hole right here, you want to turn it to where you can get in there and adjust those brakes. Like I say, you just want it to be snug. I'm going to worry about bleeding it after I do all the other wheels. I might even just adjust this one last, because I got to take the wheel back off of it anyway to bleed the brakes out. So I'll probably just leave it unadjusted now and let it move a little easier, and then we'll go back and adjust it, because I'm going to have to go around and adjust all of them. So I'm just going to leave the adjustment off of it for right now until we get all of them replaced. So now she should roll really easy. Alright, now you get to see the front. I got it to finally push back, and you can see what the front looks like. She's dirty. We're going to get her out and clean her up. Now that we got it to roll, we can roll it out, wash it, and get her back in. I hate touching it with all the dirt on it, because that grinds into the clear coat. I would rather wash it, and that way when you touch it, you won't have to worry about the dirt just really scratching the clear. But the hood is flat black, and she looks sinister at the front. So anyway, see if we can get a, oh, that stupid hood again. Thought we can get a better look under the hood. Now we got some light. Now we got a better look. So it's got the vintage air on it, as you see. Everything on here is nice and neat. You don't see a bunch of wires just ran all everywhere. Wire nuts and duct tape, electrical tape. Engines in Chevy orange. So, factory radiator shroud. Mallory ignition. So this thing's gonna sound real good once we get it cranked. So I'm probably gonna call it for tonight, and we'll get back to the brakes another day, probably tomorrow. Get all the other wheels off. I just really want to get it where I can actually move it, because it's kind of hard working back against the wall with it. So now I can move it, we can get the other brakes done. Then we're gonna get that gas tank out and drain it, and put some fresh gas in it, and we should be ready to fire this thing up. So here we are, we got the brakes assembled. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and just disconnect the fuel filter here, and try to hook my chemical pump up. See, can we just drain the tank and see what comes out. I should be able to hook right here on this fuel line, and should be able to suck from the tank all the way up to here. Just see what gas comes out, because this thing ain't been sitting terribly long, so I wouldn't think that the gas would be just totally turned to varnish. So Just going to disconnect this fuel line. At least we can see what type of gas we're working with. I really hate to disturb the gas tank. That hose is on there pretty good. Have to get something to get that hose off. So we got the brakes installed. So what I did before I cranked this thing, I went and hooked up my chemical transfer pump. We're going to pump all the old gas out. I just got it hooked to the fuel line. Gas looks pretty clean coming out, even though it's been sitting for a couple years. But we're gonna put some fresh gas in it anyway. It don't seem to smell bad, but just to be safe, like I said, we'll put some fresh gas in it. That pump pumps out pretty fast. Booger here puts out let's see, 12 volts, 80 psi. You put my maximum pressure 0.8. That's what that is. We can try and use the rest of it. And you can see it's pretty clear. Probably could have cranked it off of it, but I was told to put fresh gas in it, so I'm not even going to cut corners. But it's not bad gas, like varnished tar looking gas, so that's good. So the gas tank is still good. Like I said, this thing was indoors. It wasn't around any moisture or anything, so the gas stayed pretty much preserved. So I'm just going to go ahead and empty the tank out, and then we'll put some fresh gas in it. I don't think we'll have to drain the carburetor. I think we should be good there. And we'll get the battery charged up, fire this dude up here in this old 350 run. So far I've drained out 6 gallons. That's a 6-gallon gas can. Now I got a 5-gallon bucket. So this thing is pretty full of gas. I did another smell test and it was starting to go bad. So it was on the edge of going bad. So we're still pumping out. So I hooked the battery up and we're going to see if that battery still got any juice in it from sitting. He had it disconnected, and also it's got a quick disconnect switch. So let's just switch this on. Let's see if we got any lights. I think I hear the pump starting to change the tone over there. Yeah. Starting to suck air. So we're starting to get low. Let's see if any lights or anything come on. It's got fresh oil in it, coolant. That's one of those real nice strong batteries, so you know, the high dollar kind. Optimum, them are good batteries. I don't see any lights or nothing like that, so that battery probably is dead, so we're gonna have to put a boost on it. Yeah, we're starting to drain it all the way now. So it had probably, I don't know, probably about 7 gallons in it. I think that's all we're gonna get. We're just sucking air out. So we're gonna get the boost pack and we'll hook the fuel line back up. I'm pretty sure that disconnect switch is on because it was switched the other way. We'll get the boost pack, put some fresh gas in it, hook the fuel line back up, and we should be ready to fire this baby up. So just hang tight. Alright, so we got some gas. We'll go ahead and fill the tank up. Went down and got some, about 5 gallons worth. Hopefully I can get it poured in there without spilling it. You can hear it going in the tank, so it's definitely empty. Which is good. I don't know what size tank this thing's got. Of course, gas wasn't that high back in the 60s, so probably got like a 10-gallon tank, maybe. Leave a comment below if you know how much gas was in the 60s. What, $1 a gallon? 50 cents a gallon? It was 50 cents a gallon. They went up to $1. People probably was fussing about that. Like we fussing about $4 a gallon now, or $5 a gallon in some states. I'm gonna save a little bit to pour in the carburetor. I'm not gonna pour all of it. It should, if that fuel pump's good, which is new, it should pick it up quickly. A couple gallons should do us for right now. So we'll hook up the jumper pack. We'll just see what it even spin over. That'll give the the oil time to prime back up. And make sure I got that hose clamp tight. I don't want gas spraying everywhere. You got nothing. We got a click, so we don't have a start. Gotta find out why we just got a click. gas and carb. Guess that battery dead. Looking up on these batteries today. For some reason, we're not getting nothing. We got a bad connection somewhere. We're not getting any start at all. I know this battery's good. I don't think it have a kill switch on it though, because I looked. So I'm gonna have to do some digging. For some reason we don't have a start. At first the relay was clicking, or the starter relay, but now we got nothing. Still got lights though. So guess I'll try another battery. Battery number 3. Let's see what we got. Now we got something. Alright. I think I just need to primer it a little bit more. We got something now. A little bit more primary. I don't see a manual choke. Got electric choke on it. generator lights on. I don't know if it was already on. That have to be a question I have to ask him. Let's give it some gas and see, does it go out? No. We got oil pressure. We got voltage. It's showing 14 volts. So it's charging. I guess the generator light's on because they got this aftermarket gauge set up. We haven't got up to temp yet. We got RPM gauge. Oil pressure is good. I believe he said this engine was rebuilt. That thing is quiet. I thought it was going to be like super duper loud. You can tell when you got a good running engine because you got the water dripping out of the pipes. So we'll let it warm up a little bit. I don't want to do nothing too crazy. It's been sitting for a while. Good old 350. Got a Holly car sitting on top of it. Performer. I think that's a good light. Got a little smoke. That's just because it's been sitting. Well, I want to let it sit here and warm up some. Got the cool tail lights. I love those 63 tail lights. They're so space age. Oh man, all the dash lights work. I'm unsure about the gas hand. Probably put a little bit more gas in it. But look, all the gauges, auto gauges. I don't know how you turn the AC on though. I think, man, that button goes way down. I heard the compressor kick in. So it's blowing. Ooh, it's getting cold. It's getting real cold. Oh yeah. AC works fine. I'm gonna have to idle it up a little bit. Turn that compressor on, it takes out a lot of power. Like I said, we might have to idle it up a little bit. You can hear the cam though, small cam. Got vintage air on it, so man, that AC is blowing so cold. Let's turn it off. I like those buttons though. When it pushes in, it goes in. See, temperature starting to get up. We got about 55. Voltage looks good, oil pressure looks good. I still got to bleed the brakes. I haven't bled them yet. I wanted to get it where it cranked. Yes, sir. car runs good. So my next step is to go ahead and bleed the brakes, and then we'll be able to take this thing for a cruise, get it outside and wash it too. You don't want to cruise it all dirty looking. And should be good to go. Put some more gas in it, see if there's a gas hand move. But it's running sweet. Let's cut it off until we restart. I didn't think it was going to crank that quick once we got the battery. Oh yeah, she's a going to town rig. Turn signals. Oh, that is so cool. I like that. I like those turn signals. That is cool. See how the front looks. I like those rears. Got some on that side. I don't know if that side's working. Yeah. No front on that side. See how the back looks. Probably just a bub out on the front. That's an easy fix. So anyway, I'm gonna let her sit here and run a little bit, get those brakes bled, get her washed up, and we'll take her around the block. Looks like I gotta put the new gas pedal on. There's no gas pedal. Here's the new one, but I don't see how it hooks. It's supposed to hook onto the floor somewhere. It's supposed to be two little stubs that stick up that snaps to. So I have to ask him about that. I'm not sure, but temperature looks good, oil pressure, so we're good to go. So I was going to bleed the brakes, and I forgot one thing: the master cylinder. I forgot to put on the brand new master cylinder, and I had filled the old master cylinder up with brake fluid, and I left the new one laying over here where I put it because I was going to install it. But that's all we got to do is install the new master cylinder and then go ahead and bleed the brakes. I got all the wheels off, all the way around, and getting ready to take the master cylinder off. It's just 2 bolts or 2 nuts. This one brake line right here, and it's basically off. I think the rod for the plunger stays on the brake pedal, so hopefully I can get it lined back up, and when I get ready to put the new one on. But it's funny, I was putting brake fluid in it and I was like, wait a minute. I never put the new one on. I mean, because that one looks new. But we're going to go ahead and get the new one on and get the brakes bled up on it. And then I'm going to hopefully get it outside and get her cleaned up and try and cruise her around a little bit. Blow some of the cobwebs off of it. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and we'll get her outside. got the old garage finally. I'm gonna throw a little soap and water on it. I don't want to cruise around the block looking all dirty. You can see there's a 350 in here, which I believe this is a 350. On the hood it says 283, but I think it's almost a 350. He runs pretty quiet. I love those baby moon hubcaps and the double whip antennas. But you can see how much dirt is on it. Sorry about that. You see how much dirt is on it from it sitting. Brakes are still kind of iffy. I think I got just one side. It kind of pulls. I noticed when I backed it out the garage, it was pulling to one side when I hit the brakes kind of hard. So these drum brakes, you really got to play with those to get them just right. Especially on that right hand side, I had to take a lot of the adjustment out to get the drum off. But cool. I love the airbrush on the hood. I believe he said that's a 350. He's got 383 on the hood. I believe he just put it on there because that's what it originally came with. I mean, not 383, 283, sorry. But sweet old girl. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some soap and water on it, and we'll ease around the block gently and see what she does. Boy, you can tell when it's dirty on one side and clean on the other side, because she is shining on this side. That is like a candy apple red. That thing is gleaming, and that's just washing it with some turtle wax car wash wax soap. But she is looking good. I think the hood is flat black, as you can see. But I haven't got the other side yet in the back, so I'm fixing to hit this side, the front bumper, and the trunk, and the other part of the top. So, but that's just rinsing it off, really, and it's still got to shine. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the back, the other half of the top, and this thing will be ready to take a cruise. Boy, I tell you, Jim really outdid himself on this paint job. This is a slick candy apple red paint job. If you put some wax on this thing, it will shine just like it is now, wet. Actually, it's shining like that and it's almost dry. I don't know how many coats of paint that is, but he really knocked it out of the park with that paint job. That looks extraordinary. Chrome looks good, no rust, no dings, no marks. Windshield trim, chrome looks good. I think it's new, has to be new. Your door trim, antennas look good. So, still got a little bit more soap to wash off of it, but
She looks really, really, really sweet. So it's like a big cherry. So anyway, it's starting to get dark. I'm gonna try and do a cruise around before it gets all the way dark. I know I gotta put some more gas in it, but if I don't, I'll just get it out tomorrow when it's nice and sunny and cruise it. We'll see what happens. We're gonna take her around the block a couple times. We'll see how good she rides, how good she pull off. And get a lot of head turns. I know everybody's gonna be flagging and waving, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta take it around the block, check it out. So I'm gonna hop in, probably go put some gas in it, and we'll see what she's gonna do. Do a little straightaway. Ooh, pretty good. Transmission shift's good. I really like it. I really, really like it. It's just floating down the road. Sounds good too with those. I don't know if those are cherry bombs or turbo muffs, but they sound real good. Just a quiet ride. You got your tunes on. You can hear everything. I mean, she ain't no just a get out and do donuts and act stupid car. She's a cruiser. Nice Sunday drive cruiser. Or daily drive cruiser. Temperature seems to stay normal, oil pressure, charging, RPMs. Stop all the time. You know they're drum brakes. But yeah, the brakes, they stop. Like I said, you know they drum brakes, but it ain't gonna be no throw a puppy out there and hope you don't hit it. But it just needs really disc brakes on it. But anyway, she does run good. Transmission shifting out good. Good throttle response. I love the way the sunlight is hitting that red paint. Missed a little spot on the hood while I was cleaning it, but it's flat black, so it's hard to tell. But yes, she does run really, really good. And it's a nice, cool day, so I didn't turn the AC on, but I know it works. But we'll cruise her around some more. Now I use the power glide. Well, anyway, folks, that's going to be it on the 63. I just wanted to get her out, cruise her for Jim, make sure all the brakes work, get some fresh gas flowing through it, and put her back on the road after sitting in the garage for 5-6 years. So I'm going to pack it all up. We're going to take it, put it back inside, and find something else to play with. So y'all like this segment on the 63 Impala, give it a thumbs up, leave some comments in the comment box down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your co-workers, and y'all take it easy out there, be safe. Just be looking for some more stuff coming up on the channel. Don't forget to check out the Instagram page, RPM Auto 4. Check us out on Facebook, RPM Auto Motor. You can also shoot me an email at rpmauto780@yahoo.com. And pretty soon I'm gonna get me a PO box going. Maybe you guys send me something I can show on the channel, and try and get some t-shirts, maybe some hats this summer, have some merch. So like I say, y'all just be safe, and we'll talk to y'all later.